Step 1. Detach all external connected devices. It is important to remove and unplug any cables connected to the system unit, as this is a necessary safety measure. Step 2. Unscrew the chassis to open it. As we can see here, our case is already open, so we can now work on the inside of the system unit. Step 3. Take off the system fan. In order to do so, we need to remove the cable that connects the system fan to the motherboard. With Mom Giselle's assistance, we were able to unscrew the system fan and take it out. Step 4. Take off the power supply. To do so, we need to unscrew the 4 screws securing the power supply in place. It is important to set aside your screws in a safe place where it won't be lost. Moving on, we need to remove the wires that connect the power supply to the motherboard. This needs to be executed with much caution, as the inside of a system unit is very sensitive. Step 5. Take off the hard disk drive. To remove it, we need to unscrew this singular screw holding it in place. It is then carefully taken out of the system unit along with the power supply. We are putting them aside on this chair where it is safe. Just a little checkup on our safe corner where we have all our screws. Step 6. Take off the RAM from the motherboard. This is done by simply flicking the 2 locks on the ends of the RAM. We can see Maxine here carefully placing it down on this corner. Step 7. Take off the motherboard. In order to take it out, we need to unscrew the screws attaching the motherboard onto the system unit. Once again, it is very important to put away your screws in a safe area. This prevents them from getting lost, thus allowing easier and quicker PC assembly for later. With the screws now removed, the motherboard is then gently and carefully carried out of the system unit. Obviously, it should be handled with a lot of care to prevent it from dropping or breaking. Step 8. Take off the CPU from the motherboard. The CPU is enclosed in this little case, and in order to open it, this lever needs to be lifted. With that out of the way, the case can now be opened, and the CPU can be taken out. Step 1. Put back the CPU to the motherboard. The CPU is gently placed back into its case, and the lever is pulled down to secure it. Step 2. Put back the motherboard inside the chassis. The motherboard should be gently placed down to prevent any scratches. The ports and holes should also be aligned by the side. The motherboard is safely secured onto the system unit by screwing back its screws. Step 3. Put back the RAM to the motherboard. This is done by simply sliding in the RAM back into its place and locking it in by pushing down the 2 tabs located at both its ends. Step 4. Put back the power supply and hard disk drive. The power supply is placed inside of the system unit and is firmly secured using the screws. Now, as for the hard disk drive, it is secured in by simply screwing back the singular screw that holds it up in place. The wires and cables that connect the power supply to the motherboard are then plugged in once again. Because we were struggling a bit, we asked for Mom Giselle's assistance. This specific set of wires needs to be ordered in a particular arrangement for the system unit to work.
Set switch, HDD, at the back, power switch, power LED positive, power LED negative, here. Ano siya? Here.
Step 5. Put back the system fan. After cautiously bringing the system fan down into the system unit, it is locked in place by simply tightening the 4 screws. Step 6. Put back the chassis and plug the external connected devices back into the PC. After following all these steps, the PC should be able to turn on, but we were unsuccessful, though at least we tried our best in following the steps of disassembling and assembling the system unit.